So, welcome to SREcon18 Americas. I'm Betsy Byer, and this is Kurt Anderson. We are your co-chairs. So, this is the first year at SREcon that we have had workshops, so we hope those of you who attended those found them useful. And now we are entering into days 2 and 3 of our outstanding talks and speakers lineup. So we were curious from those of you who went to the workshops yesterday, since that was kind of an experiment this year, can you raise your hand if you found those useful, enlightening? Okay, that is very positive. Are there any people who just hated the workshops, didn't think they were a good idea? Okay, I probably could have phrased that less negatively, but do keep an eye out for our survey because we're going to be asking very pointed questions about the workshops, because with any experiment, there's always room for improvement. So, important details about the conference for the next 2 days. All sessions are going to have 5 minutes of transition time in between them. So if you're giving a talk, please respect the next speaker by taking those follow-up conversations to the hallway. Every room is going to have 2 session chairs, and those people are going to help speakers get set up with all their AV needs, and they will also be equipped with some cards to let you know when you are approaching the time limit of your talk.
I should point out that we're going to have 2 rooms. Right now it looks like one, but we will have 2 rooms. We'll have one over there and one over there. And this will be an impermeable barrier in the middle. So if you want to get from this side over to there, you'll have to go out and around and maybe pick up some swag from our vendors or something on the way to the other side.
And we have the link to the latest schedule up on this slide, and also we have a dedicated Slack channel if you folks want to join that. Wi-Fi network, for those of you who don't have the info already, it's right there.
It's also on the back of your badge.
And a note on security, just be sure to keep your computers, devices, bags with you at all times.
And because having a respectful and inclusive place to learn is important to everyone, we wanted to emphasize the code of conduct that USENIX has and make sure that people are aware that if there are any problems or concerns, you can reach out to any of the folks bearing a USENIX badge. Mine does not say USENIX on it, but any of the black, purple, red type badges that have USENIX on it, or go back to the registration desk. Please do let us know if there are any problems. And we want to thank our sponsors, because without sponsors, we wouldn't be here. So we have diamond and gold sponsors here. I'm not going to read all the names because you'll see why shortly.
And here are our silver sponsors. Take a moment to soak it in.
And picking up the pace here, you have to speed read the bronze and general sponsors.
So there are a lot of people who worked really hard to make this conference happen that we would like to thank. So first off, the amazing team from USENIX. They have taken care of all of the conference logistics. Everything is run so smoothly.
Including the excellent food comes thanks to them. So let's thank the USENIX folks, even though I know they're not in the room.
We would also like to thank our program committee members. We had 28 of those this year, and those folks are responsible for helping us select talks, coordinating stuff like room captains and lightning talks, and also helped out with the speaker rehearsals. We have 54 speakers this year presenting at the conference, so a big thanks to all of them.
Yeah, let's thank the speakers in advance here.
And finally, we would like to thank all of you for coming, and particularly those of you who came to an 8:30 opening session, because that's never fun. This year we have more than 700 attendees, and you folks are hailing from 235 companies, 23 countries, and 31 states in the U.S.
So last year I showed some graphs showing how participation has grown over time. So here's our attendance figures that we've been having. We're just over 700 this year. And we're increasing the number of companies, the number of countries that are attending. This time we had a bit larger step up in the top 10 companies that sent attendees. But obviously they're finding it valuable, so we appreciate that.
We also thought it was interesting to look at the breakdown among roles. So we had about 60% people self-identifying as engineers, 10% as tech leads, 28.5% as managers, and with a little 3% other. So the target demographic of our conference has always been engineers, so we're glad to see that makeup is pretty much reflected in these numbers.
And we want to encourage you to consider our fellow conferences around the world. We now have 3 conferences. We have one coming up in Asia, Australia. We actually have one of the co-chairs here with us. Xiao, can you stand up wherever you are? Down at the end, if you have questions, please talk to Xiao and consider coming. It's too late to submit content, but it's not too late to submit content for the European one. Laura, are you in the audience somewhere? Laura Nolan is one of the chairs for the Europe conference. So if you have questions, please talk to her and be sure to submit content. Oh, you didn't need to come all the way to the front, but thank you. Did you want to make a pitch?
Yes, so clearly I'm very clever sitting all the way at the back. So I would just like to say, if you've enjoyed this conference and you're interested in coming to Europe, please be aware that our call for participation ends this coming Tuesday. If anybody wants to speak to me about pitching a talk, I'm very happy to help people develop ideas. You'll see me walking around with this charming blue badge, or Kurt or Betsy will be able to point you at how to find me.
And you can also catch both Xiao and Laura on Slack.